Hello students, welcome to class 10 physics class. Today's topic about refraction by spherical lenses. In last class we discussed a very important topic in your class or in physics or in refraction, that is refractive index. From Snell's law, that is a second law of refraction, we get the idea about refractive index. And we also solved some problems and we also studied the details about refractive index in last class. Okay. Now today we studied today we start another one new topic of this chapter, that is refraction by spherical lenses. As we know that the refraction means change in direction. The incident ray changes direction after the refraction from the interface of the two given medium. So, spherical lenses. In case of a reflection, we also studied reflection by spherical mirror. In case of a refraction, we use lens. In mirror, refraction is not possible, because in a mirror only one side is a reflecting surface, another one side is a non-reflecting surface. But in case of a lens, both sides, that means in one side ray is incident, after refraction is change in direction and move in the other face of the lens. Either it will be converging or diverging in nature. So first we understand what do you mean by spherical lenses. Lens is a piece of transparent glass bound by two spherical surfaces and is used to magnify objects. In case of a mirror, when we use the dotted line, it is a spherical in nature, it is a sphere. But in case of a lens, we need two spherical surfaces, and when these two spherical surfaces are bound together, it forms a lens. That's why the lens has two sides or we can say that two surface, refracting surface. So lens or lenses are used as a part of construction of telescope, microscope, as well as in cameras, in projectors also. In many applications are there, but in these parts, the telescope, microscope, cameras, projectors, here the lens is used a huge amount. Okay. Now, types of lenses. Similar to the spherical mirror has two types, convex and concave. And lens also has two types, convex lens, concave lens. Now, how you can remember which one form, because through one lens we get the virtual image always, through another one lens we get the real image and the defined position of an object, and only like a mirror, only one case we get a virtual image. But in which lens we get that phenomenon, or how we can remember that lens, mirror, which lens, which mirror? Just you remember that the nature of that mirrors, whatever the mirrors are there, concave or convex, just opposite one similar to the lenses. That means the concave mirror is the nature or the property or the functions is similar to the convex lens, just opposite. Concave mirror, convex lens, similar in nature. Convex mirror, concave lens, similar in nature. Okay, just like this way you can remember these things. So lens are two types, convex lens, another one is a concave lens. So this is a diagram for convex lens and concave lens. See that convex like structure both side, and it is bounded by two spherical reflecting surface or two spherical surfaces, two spherical glass, transparent glass, and concave cave like structure both side. If you want to see, you don't just make a dotted over there, dotted line, and make it a sphere. You see that it is a part of a it is a part, or it is a surface bounded by a two transparent glass. So one is a convex surface, another one is a concave surface. Okay, convex lens, concave lens. This is a diagram for that two lenses. So how we define convex lens and concave lens? Convex lens, see in this diagram, the middle part is thicker than the two edges. The upper one edge and the lower one edge is thinner that of the middle. But in case of a concave, the middle part is thinner, but the edges are the wider or thicker. So convex lens, this lens bulges out the center or thick at the center and is thinner at the edges, that is the two sides. Concave lens, this lens is thinner at the center and thick at the two sides. Clear? So this is a convex lens, another one is a concave lens, and this is the diagram. Okay. Now we discuss, in case of a mirror also we discuss these terms. So here also we discuss the terms, some important terms related to lens, because the lens is a part of two spherical transparent glass. That's why its diagram also different. Number 1, center of curvature. Center of curvature, we know that the center of a sphere. So how we can define this one? The center of curvature is the center of a hollow glass sphere of which the lens was a part. It is denoted by C. In case of lens, we have two center of curvature, C1 and C2. Later we also showed one C1 diagram, then you can understand which portion is C1. Always the left side starting point. The left side is a C1, right side is a C2. Or in this diagram, if you complete these two spheres, in case of a convex lens or concave lens, if you join with a dotted line, so it looks like a two spheres in case of a convex and as well as for the concave, and that two spheres has a center because it is a part of two spheres, and two spheres also have two centers. That's why the lens has two center of curvature. One is a C1, another one is a C2. Okay. Now number 2, optical center. Optical center, this is a center point of the lens. Inside the lens, the center point of the lens is called optical center. If a ray of light passing through that optical center, it goes straight and does not deviate it or does not change its direction, it is denoted by O, or in some books it is denoted by L, L-O. So it is a center point of the lens. Third number is the principal axis. Principal axis, that is a main axis, or we can say that a line passing through the straight line passing through the optical center in such a way that it is perpendicular to its sides from the center, it is called principal axis. That is a main axis passing through the center of optical center. Now, principal focus of a convex lens. Principal focus of a convex lens. We know that focus means that where the all rays are converging or diverging. So this definition is different for two lenses, for convex lens as well as for the concave lens. It is a point on the principal axis of the convex lens where all the light rays parallel to the principal axis converge after passing through the lens. Because lens has two surfaces, so in one side it will be incident, and from another side it will be refracted. So in case of a convex lens, after refraction from the second surface, it will converge to a point on the principal axis, that is called principal focus. And if the light rays are coming from left hand side, they will converge at the right hand side of the lens. And that's why the lens has two focus. On plural form, it is called foci. Okay. So if you consider that it is incident on left side, it will refract it in right side, or it is converges at the right side of the lens. So that is one principal focus. And if we consider the ray of light incident right side, after refraction it will converge at the left side of the lens. So the lens has two focus, f1 and f2. In some books it is denoted by f and f dash. Both are same, f and f1, f1 and f2, and f dash and f, whatever you want to use, any notation. Okay. So focal length of a convex lens, we know that the distance between the center to the focus is called focal length. The distance between optical center and the principal focus of a lens, in case of a mirror, this is the distance between focus and the pole. Here pole means optical center. The distance between optical center and the principal focus of a lens is called focal length. Now this focal length depends upon two factors. That means we get this focal length near the lens or far away from the lens. Where we get the focal length, that depends on two factors. One is the refractive index of the glass, which material we used for making this lens, or which type of glass, because there are many types of glass are there, different refractive index, and its curvature. Okay. In case of a high refractive index, what happened in high refractive index? That means the medium is more denser, and we know that when the light travels through the denser medium, its speed is very less. So if the glass or that material which we use for making the lens having higher refractive index, we get the focal length will be short. That means we get the focus at very near to the lens. So focal length is very short. And if refractive index is lower, then it will move very fast to the medium. So focal length will be greater. So because it moved very fast, so it will cover a more distance respect to the first case. Okay. Similarly, another one factor is the curvature. Curvature of lens, if curvature of the lens is more, then also focal length will be short. If curvature is more, then it will cover the a huge amount of path. That's why its speed is decreases, and we get the focal length will be short. But if the curvature of the lens is short, then the focal length will be large. On this two factor, the focal length of a convex lens, not only convex lens, concave lens also, but that's just definition is different. Because in a convex lens, a concave lens is similar to the convex mirror. That means we get the virtual, or that means whatever the image is formed, we consider it is formed behind the mirror, or it's appeared to meet at a certain point on the principal axis. From there it will diverges. So these two factors is applicable for both lenses, convex and concave also, just definition is different. So these are the two factors on which focal length of a lens depend. Clear? Okay. See this diagram, here you can understand all this term. This is for a convex lens. MN, this is a curvature. So one is a left side curvature, another one is a right side curvature is there. O is the optical center. This is the center of the lens. And the middle, which the line which is passes, straight line passes through the optical center, that is a principal axis. Okay. Now in this case you see that the lens has two focus, f1 and f2. In this case the incident lights are incident from left side and refracted from the right side. So the right side on the principal axis, at a point they will converge, and we know that that point is called focus. That's why we get the second, and we already discussed that the left side is called 1 and right side is called 2. First surface, second surface. So right side where the all rays of light converges, that is a focus 2, second focus f2 for the second surface. So similarly this distance OF1 and OF2 are equal. If we draw this diagram just in opposite direction, the rays of light incident from right side and converges at the left side, we see that all rays of light converges at f1. Okay, and C1 and C2, you see that the left side is a C1, this is the first spherical surface, and this side is a C2. You remember this one. Okay, don't write the left side is C2, right side is a C1. It is fixed. When the lens is discovered, this phenomena is discovered, this is fixed by the scientists that the left side, this is the first surface, then the right side is a second surface. So left side is C1 and right side is C2. Now you can see that the distance from O to C1, that is twice of the focal length of f1. So sometimes this center of curvatures are called twice of focal length, or it's denoted by 2f1 to f2. So when we draw the ray diagram in a different position of object, in place of a center of curvature, we denoted by object is situated at 2f1, or object is situated in between 2f1 and f1, like this way. So 2f1, twice of the focus, that is called the center of curvature, because center of curvature to optical center, this is the radius of curvature, and we know that radius of curvature r equals to what? F equals to r by 2. F equals to r by 2, so r equals to twice of the f, 2f1, and that 2f1 is nothing but the center of curvature. For both sides we get 2 center of curvature and we get 2 focus. Understood? Okay. Now this convex lens, also called converging lens. Why? Because already we see that picture or the diagram for a convex lens, they will converge after refraction. It has a property of convex lens that it will converge all refracted rays of light at a certain point on the principal axis, which are incident parallelly on the lens. That's why the convex lens is called converging lens. If we take one example, if we use the or if you have a convex lens, and if you focus this all sunlights, if you focus it properly on a paper, you get a point image of the sun. Okay, because at that point all light rays, all incident light rays which are parallelly incident on the lens after diffraction, they will converge at a point. That's why we get a point image of the sun. And sometimes we see that if we hold that lens for a long time, a huge amount of heat is generated and it burn that paper, or it burn that on that place, it will create a hole, burn a hole that in the paper where the image of the sun is formed. Example for convex lens, magnifying glass. I think many houses are there, many magnifying glasses available now, and in house also, in home also, it will very easily get that magnifying glass. That is an example for convex lens. Magnifying glass we used for this purpose. Magnifying glass we used for the letters are very small, to see the magnified letter, और बड़ा दिखने के लिए उसको हम यूज करते हैं. That is also one property of a convex lens. We also studied that ray diagram. Okay. Now we discuss the principle, or the already we discussed the focus, but definition of for concave lens, the principal focus of concave lens. All the light rays after passing through the concave lens diverge, and when produced backwards appear to meet at a point on the principal axis of the lens. This point is known as principal focus of concave lens. Because concave lens is a diverging lens, it will diverge all rays of light. So if we draw that diverging lens in a backward direction with a dotted line, they will coincide at a point on the principal axis. That point is called principal focus. Thus, the refracted rays appear to diverge from that point, that is focus. And concave lens is opposite to the convex lens. The parallel beam of light is diverged after passing through the lens. Concave lens also because it has also two spherical surfaces. So it has also two center of curvature and two focus. So if the parallel rays of light falls on the left side, then they appear to diverge from a point of the left side only, and if the light rays fall from the right hand side, then they appear to diverge from a point on the right hand side, just opposite to the convex. In convex lens also we discuss same things. If the incident rays coming from left side, after reflection they will converge in the right side, or they will refract it to the right side. If the incident rays incident right side, it will refract it to the left side. Same here also. If left side, they will diverge of the left side only, and if the light rays fall from the right hand side, they appear to diverge. Appear means we use that dotted line. So that dotted line is the same side, that is in right side. So we can say that from that point, that means that focus, they will diverge. A concave lens is also known as diverging lens because of this nature, and the image formed by this lens always virtual and erect. And how we define the focal length of concave lens? The distance between the optical center and the focus is called focal length of a concave lens. See this diagram. So it will happen that you see that the parallel rays of light incident from left side, okay, and from left side, that dotted line. So we can say that it appeared to meet at the left side, or it appeared to diverge from the left side only, because if you see that this diagram, the divergent rays, if we use a dotted line, they will meet at a point on the principal axis, that is called focus, or we can say that from that focus they will diverge. That's why we say that if they will incident from left side, they will diverge from left side only, and if from right side, they will diverge from the right side only, because of this property because we get the focus using the dotted line. It has also two focus, f1 and 2f1 means center of curvature, O is the optical center. Okay. Now, rules for obtaining images formed by a convex lens. In mirror also we have some rules, 4 rules. Okay, here also we get some rules because convex lens and concave lens both are the different in nature. That's why we separately studied the rules for obtaining formed by a convex lens because the diagram also different. So in convex lens, the image always formed at a point where the least two refracted light rays meet. Okay. So rule 1, first rule, a ray of light which is originally parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. That diagram already we seen for the definition of principal focus. The rays of light incident parallelly on the lens to the or parallel to the principal axis, after refraction they will passes through the focus. This is the diagram. The ray of light parallel to the principal axis. This is a convex lens. Here already also we denoted the two focus. One is a F, another one is a F dash. Okay, and it will passes to the focus from the right side. Second rule, a ray of light passing through the optical center of the convex lens. Already in the definition we discussed that it will not deviate. Its path, its direction not change. After refraction, it will same path it will travel, or it does not deviate it. A ray of light passing through the optical center of the convex lens does not bend after refraction but goes straight. Also, a ray of light going along the path of principal axis of a convex lens also goes straight and does not deviate. This is the diagram. Here this optical center is denoted by C. So, the ray of light passing through the optical center and goes straight. It is not deviated. It does not change its direction. Does not deviate it from its path. Clear? Okay. Rule number 3. When a ray of light passes through the focus, just opposite to the first rule, focus of the convex lens, it becomes parallel to the principal axis after the refraction. This is the diagram for third rule. If we draw like this way, the focus incident through the focus after refraction, it becomes parallel to the principal axis. Clear? These are the 3 rules for convex lens. Now rules obtaining images formed by a concave lens. First one, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis of the concave lens appears to be coming from focus after refraction through the lens. Here already also we consider it appeared to coming from the focus because we use the dotted line. This is the diagram for first one. The rays of light, incident rays of light parallel to the principal axis. So it will diverge in the same side, that means from left side of the focus. That's why we use the we use the dotted line. It will diverge from the focus, or it appears to be coming from the focus. When it diverges, after that if we use that dotted line, we see that it will meet at a point on the principal axis that is called focus. So we can say that it appears to be coming from focus. Okay. Second number, a ray of light passing through the optical center of the concave lens goes straight after refraction to the lens. It is same for both cases. If the light rays passing through the center of optical center, it will not deviate it, it will not change its path. Okay, this is the diagram for concave lens. Third rule, a ray of light going towards the focus on another side of the concave lens becomes parallel to the principal axis after refraction to the rules. Three rules are same for concave and convex, just diagrams are different. This is the diagram. So here you see that a ray of light going towards the focus, so after refraction it will be parallel to the principal axis, just opposite to the first one. The incident ray is parallel to the first case, incident ray parallel to the principal axis. After refraction it will appear to coming from the focus. Now if a ray of light going towards the focus, after refraction it will be parallel to the principal axis. So whenever we draw this diagram for a concave lens through the focus or in different three cases, this case also, first one case also, we use this dotted line where we consider it appeared to meet. Where we consider, then we use the dotted line. This is the first one, and second one is same as that of the convex lens. So here no deviation is there, that's why we use the bold line, no dotted line is here. And this is a third rule, here also we use the one dotted line. Clear? Understood? So in this class we discuss about the lens, its types, some important terms related to convex and concave lens, and also the diagrams from diagram. And one main things, the lens has two focal length and two center of curvature, both convex as well as the concave lens also. And these are the rules for making ray diagrams. In next class we discuss, in mirror also we discuss the different position of object where the image is formed for both cases, for both mirrors. Here also we, because the concave lens is same as a convex mirror, so concave lens always virtual, we get the virtual image, and we have only two diagrams over there. But in case of a convex lens, because its nature is similar to the concave mirror, we get the different 5 or 6 diagrams are there for convex lens, different position of an object where the image is formed after refraction, not for reflection. You just keep it in your mind, lens used for refraction, mirror used for reflection. Clear? Okay, so in next class we discuss the ray diagrams, or we see that where the image is formed for the different position of an object and what will be the nature, size of that image. Okay, have a nice day.